What's up, my beautiful people? This is Kristen Peoples coming to you with bossofculture.org, sending you some good energy off the bat because I know you read the title to this video and you want to know what is up with that. They were going to try to fire her for documenting. Yeah, I'm telling you, there is nothing out there that I have not experienced when it comes to workplace bullying abuse. But guess what? It is through the pain that I went through the experiences that I went through. I am here to tell you what I did, how I'm living. I'm living real good, you guys. I'm living real good. I'm not hurt anywhere. I'm not laid up in a ditch anywhere. I'm still alive. I'm healthier than ever. I'm loving life. So I'm letting you know that there is life after all this. Okay? So let me be the face of hope for you if you're feeling like giving up right now. Because trust me, I had days that I wanted to give up. But guess what? You're here, we're strong, and we're going to get through this. So before we get started with what I did, let's get to this affirmation. And this comes to you from Florence Scovel Shen, from the Game of Life affirmation and inspiration card deck. I will link that information below. Make sure that you get yours. I'm all about affirmations, you guys, and you should be too, because they're just reinforcement for the most positive life. I'm telling you. This affirmation says, let go and take your mental hands off. Put it in God's hands and use this statement. I put this situation in the hands of infinite love and wisdom. Period. Point blank, period. There's no need for you to be worrying about stuff. I'm telling you. You worrying about things. You worried about things that's going to happen, that's not going to happen because you're lying to yourself. You're all in your mind and you're like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if it doesn't happen? You know what I'm saying? You got to stop those voices in your head when they're telling you all these bad things are going to happen, because it will ruin your life because you're all about that stinking thinking. But you're like, you know what, Kristen, stop all your rambling. I want you to get on to what happened with you in this documentation. Okay, well, I'll tell you. It was a December afternoon, and I had a one-on-one meeting with my then manager at the time. And for some reason, he seemed to be lost. We were walking through the building, and he was trying to find his conference room. And he was just like, oh, I think it's here. I think it's here. And I'm like, what's going on? If he scheduled the one-on-one, why are we just not in our meeting right now? Come with it already. So he finally finds the room, right? He opens the door, and inside of these two people I've never seen before. I had just recently switched groups, and there was an HR representative and an IT investigator in the room. So I'm like, what the heck? So he was just like, here she is, you guys. And then he drops me off and leaves. That's what he did. He dropped me off and leaves me in the room with an HR representative and an IT investigator. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. So they introduced themselves to me and they said, do you know why you're in here? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, you're giving away company secrets. I'm like, how? I could care less about, you guys, the profession I used to work in, I was an engineer, and I could care less about anything to do with that type of, industry. When it came to my outside life, that was work. That was strictly work. That was not anything that interests me outside of what I did on a 9-to-5 basis. So when they told me that, I was just like, what? I'm giving away secrets, company secrets. So they immediately had me, you guys, open up my, they wanted me to open up my laptop. So I did, and they wanted me to go to my Gmail account, my Google account. And they wanted me to pull up all of now mind you, the investigator, she's sitting next to me, and so she's talking me through all what I need to pull up. So she says, okay, I need you to pull up your Gmail account, and still I'm like, well, what am I doing? They're like, you're sending secrets away, you're emailing secrets out about the company. So I pull up my Gmail. She wanted me to filter to the company that I work for. So she could see actually filter to my company email address, so she could see all the emails that was sent from that address. So let me back up for a second. When I was documenting the things that was happening to me, I was emailing myself to my personal email account, Gmail account, which I'm sure everyone probably that's watching this video, you probably have done this at one point or another in your life. I was doing that and it should not have been an issue, but they claim that it was against company policy what I was doing. So she has me pull all these emails up, and then she tells me to delete each and every one of them. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, what do they have to hide? Because I explained to them, I said, well, I'm being harassed here. I'm being bullied here. And I'm emailing myself so that I can, this is my form of documentation. She said, well, it's against, company policy for you to be documenting in this way. So I asked her, I said, well, how am I supposed to document? She said, you're supposed to either write things down, keep a journal, or you can print things. And I said, well, now mind you, I do have family members that are in the law profession. So I have lawyers in my family. And I had reached out to lawyers before because I had questions, and they always told me, they said, you should probably refer to your company handbook, because the company handbook has all the rules that's listed with regards to the company and how you're supposed to act with regards to those rules as an employee. So I said, well, where does this say in the handbook? Because I've been working here almost 20 years and never did I ever encounter an issue with me sending an email to my home email address. She just said, well, it's against company policy, and they couldn't tell me what section it was in, but she gave me some bogus link to go look it up myself, but it was all BS, you guys. It was all BS. So after they had me delete all my emails, they told me I had Christmas break was coming up. I was going to be off for like 3 weeks. I saved up on my vacation. And they said, well, we know that you're about to go on, vacation for the holidays. Happy holidays. We'll let you know if you have a job when you come back. Isn't that just lovely? I had to go a good 3 weeks wondering for my Christmas vacation, wondering if I had a job when I got back the following year. Needless to say, I did absolutely nothing wrong. And what they don't know about me is that I'm smarter than that, because every email I sent that they had me delete, I blind copied my husband. And there were no company secrets that were being leaked, because I could care less, like I said at the top of this video. They were concerned about me leaking company secrets as to how I was being treated. That was the real issue there. So how can you truly fire someone for documenting? But let me tell you this so that you guys can cover your butts. Number one, you didn't hear from me, but I did blind copy my husband. So everything that they had me delete, she wanted me to delete every single email. She didn't even have me open up the contents. She didn't care about the subject line, which led me to believe that they really knew that I was not interested in stealing company secrets. You know what I'm saying? They were interested in what I had on them. So the blind copies to my husband, that helped, because I truly did not, obviously, right? I can't delete his emails. Blind copy. And I did what they asked me to. When they told me, and when I referred to the bogus link that they gave me that had no mention whatsoever with regards to you emailing yourself if you feel like you're being harassed or bullied or mistreated at your job or, discriminated against, none of that was anywhere in that link for that handbook. That was a bunch of BS. But I respected the company that I worked for and the people in leadership and this IT investigator and human resources that was in the room. And I did just that. From that point forward, I did print out emails. I did print out pertinent information that, I felt I needed to in order to protect myself. And I did keep things in a journal. So I say all this to say, protect yourself. Know that you are a powerful being when people get scared to the point that they have to have you dumped in a room with an IT investigator and a human resource manager that you've never met before in your life. You guys, I look at myself just in, when I reflect on some of the things that I went through. And all that time, I was thinking like, wow, I must be really screwing up. That's how they were getting to me. I must be really screwing up. Where if I was a person on the outside looking in, I'd be like, damn, this girl must be a bad mamma jamma that they've got to pull all these stunts to try to get her caught up. She has got to be someone so powerful, so intimidating, that they have to go through all these lengths to try to put her in her place or in a box or wherever the heck they were trying to put me. And I couldn't see it at the time, but gosh, do I see it now. And as I'm telling you guys this story, I want you to know, and I've told you this before, you're going through this for a reason. It's not because you don't know your job, unless you know you don't know your job and you truly just don't know your job. It's not because you're a messed up individual. It's not because you're not a nice person. It's not because of la 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 la. Stop telling yourself all those lies. It's because you're powerful, you're smart, you're beautiful, you know what you're doing, you're a rising star, and they can't stand it. Point blank, period. They didn't fire me. I came back the following year, and they acted as if nothing ever happened. This whole situation, everything I went through was like a joke to them, the things that they took me through. But you guys don't have to be the joke. And the funny thing about it is now the joke is on them, because it just propelled me to found bossupculture.org and help people like you. Give you guys the insight and all the plays from the playbook, and how through all of that, I did not get fired. But if you do, just know that that mountain was moved out of your way so that you can see the horizon, so that you can shine to the best of your ability. If you got fired, they did you a favor. You guys, health is wealth. Put your health first. Respect yourself. When you respect yourself, others can't do anything else but to respect you. But remember, you are valuable. You are loved. And you are just shining so bright that they just can't stand it. And that's not your fault. That's theirs. So hopefully this message helps someone out there today. I felt the need to share this with you guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, don't just stop by and watch the videos, you guys. Make sure you subscribe. The algorithm will be truly nice to me and other people who are looking for videos like this. When you like and you subscribe and you comment, help others out. It's all about that good karma. Collect it all. Until next time, I love you. Peace. See ya.